Well, this took longer than I thought it would. Welcome back! Last time, Fatty decided to be a rebel and try fooling around with some glitches himself. As a result, I had to punish him. I decided to leave Fatty in the middle of nowhere with this dude. I could have put him in my PC or something, but after last time, I'd rather not take any chances. Now, you may be asking, how did Fatty the Raichu suddenly learn those glitchy moves? Was it the work of the glitched up Misty we fought? Perhaps it occurred when catching Blocky. Could it be a side effect from the Mew trick? While all these are fun theories to go into, I'm afraid I will have to disappoint you and just straight out say I used the GameShark code. 4 codes actually. When you have all 4 codes on, every Pokemon in your party will have these glitch moves. All codes must be on, otherwise the game will freeze in battle. Even then, with the codes on, 80% of the time you try to fight them, the game will freeze on you, which leads me to my next point. These codes, which result in the moves, are very unpredictable. The constant evolutions is one of the many possibilities, another being freezing the game, which isn't nearly as fun. There is one other outcome though, but stay tuned for that one. Anyway, our next destination is the SSN and the 3rd gym. To my convenience, using the walk through walls code to pass by the guard post does not mess with the game at all, outside of some small cosmetic bugs with the rocket grunts. Honestly, if you wanted to, you could infiltrate Silphco right now, but that's a thing I don't really want to. Considering all we get is a Lapras and a Master Ball, it doesn't really seem worth it to bother. Besides, I'm sure Silphco will be fine. Now, it's time for our Pokegod of the day! In today's episode, our special guest is A. That's all his name is, A. Legibly at least. A's cry is the sing attack. That is, it's the sing sound clip. If you ask me, it's sufficient nightmare fuel because sing by itself already is creepy. Alright, we're gonna cut to the chase here. I don't want A to land a move because his one move has the possibility to freeze my game and delete my save file in the process. Now A has a special problem that on one hand makes things less risky for your game when catching it, but on the other hand, is just plain annoying. When you catch A for the first time, you get to see his Pokédex entry. Now, what happens at the Pokédex entry is strange. He just changes into Rhydon. The Pokédex won't freeze, and you won't get an evolution screen or anything like that. The game will just hand you a Rhydon instead of A. Now, a theory on why this happens is that the event is related to the fact that Rhydon was the first Pokemon coded into the game. Not the first thought up, just the first coded. As a matter of fact, Rhydon contains a hex value of 01, the second hex value, with the first being occupied by a different glitch Pokemon we'll run into later. As you can see by the stats screen, while this looks like a Rhydon, its stats are all out of whack. No Rhydon would be caught dead with 55 speed and 6 attack at level 14. Or be level 14 in the first place, but that's not the point. The point is, while the game may think this is a Rhydon, its stats reflect our glitchy friend. When you see his base stats in a moment, these numbers will make a lot more sense. Catching A a second time will allow you to skip the Pokédex entry, which will transform A into Rhydon, and you can use him in all his glory. A's overworld sprite is many different things. Sometimes it'll be an old man that loses his legs and head spastically. Other times he'll just be some sort of incomprehensible mess. His stats are around the same as the Rhydon we caught earlier. His moves, however, well, take a look for yourself. There's only one move. It has no name and no PP. Don't worry though, this isn't the same as what Fatty had last time. Also, check out A's Pokédex number, 250. Show that off to your schoolyard friends, they'll shit a brick. Here's something I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. After catching or encountering A, your game's battle sprites will probably get all bunched up, at least on your side. Your opponents will simply be mirrored the other way. Now this is A's one move it has when you catch it. It's the Cool Trainer move that exclamation mark had in the first update. Now, I think I should finally explain why Cool Trainer and other trainer names like Misty appear on certain glitch/shark moves. Well, from what I understand, when the game can't determine the type of a move, it'll do one of two things. it'll either use some random glitch jargon which was left behind and was going to be programmed as a move type, and use that as a move type since it's close. TM/HM moves usually have this typing. If the game doesn't do that, it'll take a legible approach. Apparently, trainer moves have something similar to move typing, and the game decides to use that last trainer you fight as a move typing. If you haven't fought a trainer before, or if you fought a wild Pokemon after a trainer, then you get the cool trainer type. As you've seen, the more unstable moves are the ones that tend to have the trainer names as moves. You'd think it would be the other way around. Now, A's cool trainer move is weird in that it has 0 PP when you catch it. What's weirder is that the PP can't be recovered by the Pokemon Center. You need a PP up to raise the PP to try the move. The move itself has the same animation as Fissure and does similar damage. However, if the move does not kill the opposing Pokemon, then your game will freeze and there is a possibility of save data erasing or corrupting. Be very careful using A when you try to catch him and fighting him when he only knows the cool trainer move. That reminds me, here's the glitch dex entry for A. A is a bit more dangerous than H-Poke in that he has the ability to erase your save file if not carefully taken care of. His cry is the regular sing attack sound, of course it has to be one of the creepier ones in the game, and when using him in battle, his back sprite will vary. More fun for you dudes to draw interpretations, I guess. If you catch A at a low enough level, it will start to learn the moves Payday, Guillotine, Razor Wind, and the cool trainer move. A learns a lot of TM and HM moves, so we're going to keep him in our party for a bit and actually use him to see what a good bunch of these moves do. With that covered, let me explain another neat thing about A. At his level, A only knows the cool trainer move, but he's one level away from learning Gust. Now the cool trainer move is a bit useless and too risky, so instead we're gonna do the whole switcheroo trick until A levels up. When A learns Gust, it'll automatically replace the cool trainer move, and A will also automatically learn Payday, Guillotine, and Razor Wind. The moveset is pretty weird since A has the capture flag of a Krabby, but I guess weird is kinda what you're supposed to expect for these guys. Now what better place to train A than the third gym in the SSN? I decided to tackle the gym first since it had higher level Pokemon, and hey, sequence breaking! And would you look at that, A's overworld sprite changed again, the third of his 3 forms. This thing I cannot comprehend at all. It kinda looks like diapers, but something awful user Crashman believes it's a messed up overworld plant Pokemon sprite. After thinking about it, I find this one a little more believable. What do you guys think it looks like? Oh, I should mention that after catching A, the opposing Pokemon sprites won't mess up if they don't get hurt or do a move that causes the sprite to flash. If such an event occurs, this happens. Quite frankly, I find this to be a far more appealing look for the Fat Pikachu of old. I'm just kidding, I miss you, Fat Pikachu, please come home. And now, his final form. Balls. And then, Lieutenant Surge summed up this entire LP in one single screenshot. Unfortunately, despite beating the gym, A still hasn't leveled up yet. He needs a ridiculous amount of XP to level up, over 2,000 when he's only level 13. I should just go back to Cerulean Cave and train him off there, but I wanted to check out a few things in SSN, and I got far more than I bargained for. This sailor has a little nugget of dialogue if you play a pirated version of Fire Red and Leaf Green. By the way, if you like this game, buy it or die. What a nice piece of text. If I was a 6-year-old playing the game that was unknowingly pirated, I would have thrown the game in the fucking garbage disposal. Anyway, it seems I forgot to get the SSN ticket from Bill. Be right back. Ah, yes, the SSN area. The map that shows SSN is pretty boring, honestly. If you walk/surf around the water, there's a bunch of walls surrounding the ship that are just out of sight through normal means. Other than that, there's nothing interesting here. Nope. The SSN is boring. At least that's what I thought. And as I beat through a bunch of trainers to help A level up, I ran into Blue. Cool, I thought. He has some high level Pokies, good XP, what can go wrong? When one of your glitch Pokemon decides to break a law, everything goes wrong. So this is what happened. I battled Gary not thinking anything weird would happen, and throughout most of the fight this was true. Then Gary took out his Ivysaur, and I accidentally switched in Blocky instead of Mew to substitute for A. This wouldn't be a problem, except those moves that Fatty had last time, Blocky has them now. The fucked up part about it? The GameShark codes that activate the moves are off. No Pokemon should have them, yet they're there. Even Fatty didn't have the moves, but somehow Blocky inherited and kept them. Blocky did something. There was no attack animation that indicated what he did, but eventually the Ivysaur just burned itself to death. What followed after is similar to the evolution chain that recently occurred. Ivysaur's face gained EXP for some reason. Apparently Blocky is my PC? I gained what? Damn, I'm pretty cool. Y'all better watch out. Again, a Pokemon appears on my team out of nowhere without my knowledge. I never laid eyes on this die, and never will. Whoa, hang on a second, I just saw it die. It was scared. The fear in its eyes contained the call for help as glitchy flames slowly engulfed it. Oh. I guess I'll pick the top? And then the game froze. So now things are happening beyond my control. Things may only be more interesting from here. Next time, I'll finally get A to level up. Probably catch another Pokegod, or not, I don't know. Definitely gonna get another badge? Fuck, I don't know anymore. Before I send you guys off, it's time for another rumor bust. Nope, nothing interesting here.